first one occurred late in the second quarter. It was a controversial throwaway attempt here from Jarrett Stidham, which resulted in a backwards pass recovered by New England, which then produced their only touchdown a few plays later. So initially, Tyler, what were your thoughts about Jarrett Stidham? Was this pass backwards? Did they get this ruling right?
So this is what's interesting about that call is that the initial call was
That's right.
probably right about here. The whistle blows. The ref is like, that's incomplete. It's incomplete. It's not a fumble. But then they discuss it, and they say after discussion, it was a backwards pass. It wasn't a fumble, but it was a backwards pass. So that was after discussion. And I think it's accurate because a lateral pass is a backwards pass in NFL language. Right. If it is a lateral pass, it is the same as a backwards pass. So if he throws straight out, it's a turnover. And if you play that,
he starts right at that line, and then the ball ends up bouncing behind that line. So that's kind of what they used. I know there was another overhead angle of this, but upon review, it was pretty clearly a backwards pass. The only issue that I have is in this front angle, you can kind of see the ball flight be affected by the Patriots player. And on the broadcast, they discussed if the ball is tipped. Oh, great. What did I do? If the ball is tipped, it can allow for a reversal of that ruling and allow for it to be, in fact, ruled a forward pass that was tipped. Because we see balls tipped out of the hands all the time. And the hands are clearly moving forward. But I think they're arguing that, no, he did actually throw it backwards. It wasn't tipped backwards. Is that your consensus as well?
It is, but here's what makes it interesting is if you go back just a little bit, what I'm seeing number 53 hit is his wrist. Right. I'm seeing him hit and push his wrist this way, which is not the ball. If he's hitting the ball, then you've batted the ball down. It's incomplete. But if you just push the wrist this way, if you push the wrist that way, and then the ball flies after it's hit the wrist, that's a backwards pass. And so to me, I think the refs absolutely got it right. The only thing that I don't like that the refs did was that they blew the whistle. They need to let things play out because this took a touchdown away from the Patriots.
Right. In the game that only saw 2 total touchdowns, they were fairly important in this game, right? And a defensive touchdown would, even though the Patriots did score a few plays later, so the ball doesn't really lie in this spot.
They did score a touchdown after getting the ball, but it took a touchdown away from the Patriots' defense here.
Right. And I think that is the most incorrect part of the ruling because I actually agree with you. With your description of, hitting the wrist, which affected the ball flight, not by hitting the ball, but affecting Jarrett Stidham in the sense that it kind of rotated his body a little bit, so he threw it backwards. I mean, that's the correct ruling, and what is essentially a very tough call to make. They discussed and got it right. I think that this is one instance where we can agree that the refs made this call right. Where they screwed up, obviously, is by not granting the Patriots a touchdown when they had a clear recovery. And what's the reason for that? Was it an erroneous whistle that blew the play dead, Tyler?
Yeah, if the whistle blows, it has to be a dead ball. In fact, the whistle actually blew before they had full possession of the ball, but because there was no Denver player around when the ball was clearly picked up, they granted that a clear possession, so the Patriots can take the fumble, but due to the erroneous whistle where the ball has to be dead on the whistle, they did not have any ability to advance the ball, which is why they kept the ball but didn't get a touchdown there because that whistle did blow.